I'm sick. But I'm determined to make 2 videos. I contemplated making them into one, but 2. One about what's going on, and 2, my menu plan video, which will be after this one. Well, I'm in my kids' room. We all relocate when we're sick to parts of the house that suit us better. The kids take over the living room for the TV and the Switch and the laptop, and our bedroom's not cozy for being sick. And if my husband or I are sick, we go to their room because it's pretty secluded off in the house. They all sleep in the living room when they're sick and whatever. But on Tuesday, well, let's backtrack. We went to the local fair last Saturday. Sorry. And then on Sunday, my husband was like really dry. And you know, you're walking around the fair, you're not necessarily hydrating with water. We were getting free refill flavored iced teas. And you know, half the time you're just hoofing it around and your mouth's open because you're walking at a pace that's not necessarily leisurely because you're trying to field the crowds. So Sunday, he's like, man, I'm dry. And he's just drinking and drinking. And then he's starting to sneeze, but we're getting such strange weather, coolness, raining, humid, dry. He gets hit with allergies and like nasal stuff hard from a deviated septum and stuff. Sorry for the shaking. So come Monday, he's like, I'm feeling congested. But again, that's on par for him, so whatever. And then on Tuesday, he texts me. He's like, I'm coughing up colors. And he's so packed. So he felt like it was a sinus infection because of just where the headache was. And he did a telehealth that said, nope, it's a head cold. You don't have X, Y, and Z to make it a sinus infection. So prescribed him just like symptom prescriptions to battle the cough, the congestion. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose and I'm not doing that here. Okay. So, he took off on Wednesday because he was completely wiped. There was no way he could stand and lecture, 6 classes or whatever. And then Wednesday night during dinner, my daughter bursts into tears and goes, my throat hurts. And mind you, my husband never got a sore throat, so that's also why you're like, it's not a cold. And when my daughter gets sick, sorry, she vomits a lot. She gets a very weak stomach, and she doesn't like to eat or drink. Luckily, my kids are great patients. They will stay on the couch and, rest and everything. But my daughter, it's very hard to get her to drink and eat for that fear of throwing up, but she'll throw up anyway. So my husband's like, hey, I'll take another day and sit on the sick couch with her, keep an eye on her. She only puked once, so that's a plus. But she ate a tablespoon of I'm so sorry. A tablespoon of mac and cheese and a few sips of Gatorade. But she was I'll call it on the bed. She was not terrible, aside from the lack of eating and drinking and the throat. She started sneezing. So yesterday, my husband's like, I'm gonna go back. There was a seminar after school he needed to attend, and he missed a department meeting, so he needed to get caught up, and he masked, of course, to just, make sure nobody else caught this ick. And when I woke up yesterday, I just felt something here. I was like, no. But I also woke up ravenous. When I get sick, You could literally hear my stomach growl across the room. I was like, damn it, no. So, as the morning progressed, I woke up at 5. By 7:30, I was like, oh no, it's like the feeling was setting in. So I put on my mask. My son, mind you, is very paranoid of getting sick after his serum sickness. He is super paranoid of getting sick, and he is Lysoling and disinfectant wiping, and he'll, like, if you need something and you're the sick one, he'll roll it across the room to you because he does not want to come in your airspace. So when he saw the mask on me, he was like, oh, not you. Because also when I get sick way harder than everyone else. And I've been that way since I was a child. So in the morning, I was like, I'm going to knock out some things so that if I start to go downhill, it's done or prepped. So, I took out things from the pantry that were easy for my son to prepare for food for himself and my daughter. I prepped things for my mom. I changed over laundry. I just did these odds and ends tasks and had them take out what toys they wanted and set them up with the laptop for games and chess.com or whatever. Took out the Switch for my daughter. Was just like, Mama's gonna go rest. And as the day went on, my throat, I could barely swallow. I had no voice. And I'm fortunate where my kids really do just survive. They're at that age, my son and my daughter, where their independent skills are spot on when I'm sick. Of course, I'm there for my mom, but even my son will help my mom, get situated in the recliner. But, I'm there for the big things. I'm walking the dog, because if my son tried to walk Pretzel, he would fly like a kite because she's so strong. So it's like I could rest, but I'm still up and down a lot. So when my husband came home, I put on some lo-fi on my phone and just passed out because I knew he's here to handle it. I'm done. I've clocked out. I never got a fever, but I hadn't felt that terrible that quickly in a long time. And it's definitely hitting me differently than them. I took NyQuil last night, so that was really nice just to get me some solid sleep. And then my sore throat has shifted, but I could talk. And I'm just blowing my nose a lot. But yeah. We had to miss an event this morning. I feel so bad because originally I was going to take my son to it and my husband would stay home. Then I got sick and my husband didn't want to leave. Excuse me. And luckily my son understood, and we have a chance again to do something similar next month. Luckily I have really understanding kids who take disappointment and then we try to figure out how to, make it a little better. So my husband hooked up the Switch to the TV so they could play their games on it, and my husband played Pokemon with him, the card game, while I've been in and out of sleep. But yeah, hopefully I'll feel even better tomorrow. It went through quickly with my son and my husband and my daughter. Hopefully it goes quick with me, and my mom is showing no signs of anything. Neither is my son. So yeah. So now I'm gonna take a minute and then make the menu plan video. Tomorrow is supposed to be our Sunday roast, which I really enjoy making, our little Americanized Sunday roast. But my husband might make it, and he has no problems making it. He was supposed to mow the lawn tomorrow. I don't know if he's still gonna, if he still wants to do that. He'll probably base it on how I feel. Okay. Thanks for listening to me blab. I'm gonna try to raise the volume on this video. Hopefully you heard me. Alright. If you're sick, I hope you're doing okay. I know stuff's going around. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.